Game time. All right, I'm going to explain it if you guys want to listen up.
Yes, listen.
All right, so you guys have heard it's called CORE, right? And the reason I chose CORE is because everything revolves around the core, and that's the name of the game because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to earn our way in to the core, all right? So to start the game, if you were all adults, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 for the core. That kind of sounds different than basketball. It's kind of counterintuitive. The further out you goes more, this is like more like a bullseye in the middle or the end zone. So that's why it's worth more. That's the whole objective, is earning your way in, all right? So whenever you start the game, your main objective is to score in this outer ring. But since we have some smaller kids, I'm gonna have you start in this one, okay? Instead of this, I'm gonna have you score here first. So we just won't worry about this ring. This will be the ring that you come out to clear the ball out and pass it in. That's the only thing this ring will be for this game, all right?
Okay.
Now, wherever you have the ball, so I got the ball in this ring. You don't have to dribble. You can dribble, but you don't have to. I could run all the way around the ring, or I can go backwards like this, all I want. But if I want to go towards the goal, across the line, I've got to pass it to a teammate. If I went like this with the ball, that would be like a travel. That would be like the equivalent of a travel, okay? So you got the whole ring that you're in, or you can go backwards. But if you want to go forward, you got to pass it, okay? Does that make sense? Both teams can only spend 3 seconds in the core. You can't just sit there and camp out. You got to get in and you got to get out, okay? Now, I said the main objective is to earn your way from out to in, but let's say red team is trying to score in this outer ring, but they got somebody wide open in the core. Well, the core's worth 5. So maybe you make that pass, you score, you got 5 points on the board, but you still haven't closed that main ring out, the first one, okay? It's make it, take it. You get the ball back if you score. So if you keep scoring, you keep getting the ball back. So since you're trying to score here, but you scored in the 5, you scored out of sequence, you just get 5 points. You're gonna get the ball back and you're gonna try again. To win the game, you gotta have more points and every area has to be closed from out to in. So if you're trying to score here and you score in the 4, that ring's not closed yet. You just get the points. That make sense?
Okay.
All right, now, just a couple wrinkles and then we'll just try to play and I'll just coach you kind of through it. We're gonna start in this one instead of that one. But if you throw an alley-oop, this might be a difficult shot because this is 24 feet right here. This might be a hard shot for you to make. If you choose an alley-oop instead, and he makes it, as a team you can choose either we want where it was thrown or we want where it was caught, depending where you're at in the game. You might want 5 points. You might want your ring closed out. Does that make sense? Okay. To counteract that, on defense, let's say blue shoots the ball and red recovers it. They transition from defense into offense. If blue shoots and red recovers, red is going to come out and clear the ball past this ring, since this is the one they're starting to try, okay, first, and pass it in. But if they score in that one play, the transition play, if they score within that play, they could choose to erase a ring from the opposing team or just take the points. So you could take the points or you can erase a ring. And that counteracts your choice on the alley-oop. Does that make sense? All right. No dribbling, just remember that. It's a little bit more aggressive than basketball since you don't have to dribble. It's like on the arm and reaching in stuff. Won't be as called as much. Just remember 3 seconds in the lane, and as we play, I'll just kind of coach you guys through it, all right? Ideally, it's 6 on 6. So blue, get your first 6, and red, get your first 6, and then we'll just sub people in and out. And who picked first?
They did.
All right, blue gets the ball then. No time. You have to have more points, and all the rings close out, and that's the one.